Big Polly's World of Sports Sims proudly presents, as soon as I get the slide up here, the Omnibus Golf Tour. And this weekend we are in Las Vegas for the Vegas Winter Classic at Summerlin. Hello everybody, Big Polly coming to you. We are in Las Vegas for the Vegas Winter Classic, the Summerlin course, out in the northwest part of Las Vegas. Horton Smith is your leader as we are moving through the latter stages of the fourth round. Calvin Pete right behind. He's 4 shots back. He made a move yesterday. Johnny Golden at 16 under. Kenny Perry, Neil Irwin, Neil Lancaster, Walter Hagen, and you just missed Bob Tway making a par on the 10th as we pick up the top 5. Tway is 5 under for the day, 15 under for the championship, and he has moved into that top 5. Horton Smith had a 60 yesterday, 12 birdies, and we have not been doing this Omnibus Golf Tour very long, but that is a new record, probably a record that will be bested one day. And we are about to pick up Bob Tway on the 11 for 452-yard par 4. And it's a very nice tee shot. For those of you tuning in and did not see my video yesterday, this is an amalgamation of all the seasons I have. I just made one very, very big, large golf tour. The tour itself is not big. It just has about over 1,000 golfers. Tway, this is his chip for birdie. It's going to be a slight tester here, about 3.5 feet out for par. And he gets it. So he stays at 15 under. Saracen, we should also be picking him up now. He has made a move up to a tie for 5th. He is 6 under for the day, 15 under for a championship. He just made an eagle a few holes back. And here is him on the, here he is on the par 5, 542-yarder. He has parred this hole, a tester of an approach shot here, but he's on the green in 2, and that's usually meaning a birdie. This for eagle from 32 yards out, 32 feet out, I beg your pardon. I don't think I'm any danger to Jim Nance doing this coverage. And that is a birdie for Saracen to move to a tie for 3rd place at 16 under. As we move through the field, Tom Watson with a double bogey on the 3rd, a very tough 489 par 4. Here's Tway again. He is on the 12th now. 450-yard par 4. 128 yards to the fairway. From the fairway to the pin. And that's going to be off to the left a little bit. I would say he's got about 15 feet. 16 feet, says Action PC Golf. And here's his birdie putt, which he is going to miss. So it's going to be another par for Tway, but he's picking up points for our championship later in the year at the Famous Holes Golf Course, an amalgamation of some of the best holes in Tour Golf. Saracen now -7 for today. He, from what I have seen, has had the best score. Next week we should be starting our Alt NFL from 1970. We will have a game of the week for you, and then all the playoff games, and then we will continue on with the Alt NFL through history. But 1970 will be a good starting point with the merger. That was Saracen for birdie. I would say from about 30 feet out. His 2.5-footer almost for par is good. Saracen staying at 16 under. Can anybody catch Horton Smith? That is the story. And sometimes when we see a golfer with this big a lead, they catch themselves. And we are back over to Bob Tway on the 13th. This is a 603-yard par 5. Kind of a dog leg to the left. 294 from the tee. 303 to the pin, and that's going to be way short and in the bunker. A good recovery shot here might get him a birdie. And the roll just kind of slowed down prematurely. He is 15 feet for birdie to go to 16 under. And that is off, and you hear the gallery erupt a little bit there. And that is a putt for par. Tway staying at 15 under. And we will go through a season as Saracen's tee shot there, not good. Let's see where he is. Is that unplayable? No, it is in the desert. 125 yards out. We'll see how he plays this. He's had a good day so far. No, he's just going to put it back on the green. And it doesn't put it back on the fairway, but it doesn't stay there. It's on the first cut. 72 yards out. That's right on the pin, but a little too far. 9.5 feet for par. Bobby Jones at -9. He's 12 back. And a lucky little catch there for Saracen. And he finishes the day 7 under par, 16 under for the championship. The weather today, not that big an issue. A little bit of rain, which is unusual for Vegas. 64 degrees and a wind out of the northwest at 6 miles per hour. So we're going to pick up Bob Tway again. He is on the 14th now, the par 3, 157 pin. Front left, and he's a long way away from it on the tee shot. He's got a 60-footer for birdie. I think it was 86 he won the PGA over Greg Norman. And Bob Tway has parred again. He is 15 under through 14. About an hour away from picking up the leaders. Gene Saracen, as we have been telling you, -7 for the day. Here's Greg Twiggs, who has moved up to 15 under. That's on the second hole, par 4, 469-yarder, 1 under for the day, so he birdied number 1. That's his approach. He's 47 feet out. That never curved well for Twiggs. This is about an 8-footer for par, which he's going to miss, so he's going to lose at least one shot, and that should be it, and it is it. Twiggs now at 14 under, in a tie with a whole bunch of golfers, including Scott Simpson, who won a U.S. Open back in the day. Bruce Litsky just eagled 16 to move to 12 under. But the big story is going to be Horton Smith. Francis Ouimet, who was a great story in the early 20th century of golf, won a U.S. Open back in the 19-teens. 327-yard drive, 136 yards to the pin here on his second shot. A little ways to go for his par putt. 53 feet. 54 feet, actually. Ouimet is going to have that for par, which he gets to stay at 15 under. You could hear on our microphones a little bit of that rain continuing. Here's Bob Tway. This is a drivable par 4. He's got that for eagle. Should pick up one shot here at least. 29-footer for eagle for Mr. Tway. It's on the line, but it doesn't look like it has the juice. He's got that for birdie, which he will get, and now he's at 16 under. Three-way tie for third. More golfers teeing off. Walter Hagen has birdied the first hole to move to 16 under, so we'll be seeing him. He was a superstar in the golfing world in the 1920s. And here's Tway on the par 5 16, 542 yards, 6 under for the day now. Jerry Anderson, we see, has made 3 birdies to go to minus 11. His approach, Tway's, he'll get there in 2. Much to the approval of the crowd, so he could have back-to-back birdies here. 46 yards out, 46 feet out, I should say. And that's going to be close enough to give him a pretty good birdie chance. Got to hit it with the right pace, 4 feet out. Oh, a little oomph to that, but it fell. Tway now at 17 under. And we'll be picking up Calvin Peete when he tees off, and Horton Smith. Over to Walter Hagen on the second hole. I told you he birdied the first. And he is in the rough. 132 yards out. This is going to be a little short. He'll hope for an up and down from 19 and a half yards out. Very nice approach shot. 3.5 footer for par here, which he gets. Hagen staying at 16 under. Hale Irwin has just teed off, who at one point was a defensive back for the University of Colorado. And we should be picking up Bob Tway. No, we're going to go to Weenet first. This is the 14th hole that we saw earlier, and he did not even get it into the green. He's got 33 yards out of the rough. See what kind of roll he gets here. It's a good one. Just how good. Hear the crowd approving. He's 4 feet away for par. And he gets it. We met. Staying at 16 under. 5 back. Next week will be the Torrey Pines event in San Diego. That will be a world-ranked event, double points. Tway on the par 3 17 is on. He's 70 feet away from birdie to get 3 birdies in a row. That is breaking away from the hole. He's got about 5 feet for par, and he gets it. Tway at 17 under par through 17. And we have Bill Milhorn making an eagle on the 9th, so we should be picking him up shortly. He is at 16 under. Mark Lai and Al Watrous both moving up with 3 consecutive birdies for each of them. And our next stop is Johnny Golden.
Please welcome to the tee from the United States, Johnny Golden.
We are on the first hole, a 415-yard par 4. His day is underway. He's with Kenny Perry, no relation to Katy Perry. And that finds the rough. He's about 12 yards out. Here's his chip. That's very nicely done. 1.5 feet for par. And Golden's going to stay at 16 under. Perry parred the first hole. He's at 15 under still. As we continue to cycle through the course, here's Hale Irwin. Birdied the first hole, as we were telling you. Found the rough on the second. Here's his approach shot. It's going to be short. Just making it on the green. He's got 35 feet to go. You could tell the error of his photograph, whether or not he's wearing glasses. His birdie misses. This is from about 3 feet out, and Hale Irwin stays at 16 under. Later in his career, I believe he was kind of spectacled. Nothing wrong with that. We all get there when we get older. I wear glasses, especially when I'm reading the Bible at church. That's the tee shot from Walter Hagen. He's got 207 yards on this unusually shaped fourth hole with the big desert area in the middle. In some layouts, it plays as a par 5, so he's chipping. Actually, he putted from, I guess you could call it the fringe, and he missed. His par putt from 2 feet out will fall, and Hagen stays at 16 under. Drizzly light rain continuing to fall here in Vegas. Melhorn, his tee shot on the par 4 10th. We were talking about him earlier. 136 yards out. Seeing a lot of low scores on these tour events, but that is not surprising, considering we have everybody's best card. I don't have all the seasons of Action PC Golf, but what I have, we have a tour of about 1,000 players. Here's the birdie putt for Melhorn. It was from about 60 feet out, and it was nicely done. He's got less than a foot. He gets it, and he is at 16 under. Through 10. So the leaders will be teeing off here very shortly. Francis Ouimet, we're going to take a look at his shot on that par 4, that drivable par 4. Looked good, but elevation has taken hold, and he's got a little ways to go here. 15 feet, 15 yards, a bit closer to 16. Give that a little oomph. And he's got that for birdie. Ouimet likely to move to 17 under. Birdied this hole in the third round. And Ouimet is at 17 under. So we got a three-way tie for second. Pete, Ouimet, and Tway. Over to Bob Tway. Speaking of this is his par 4 shot. First tee shot on the par 4, 18th hole. So he's coming home. 143-yard approach shot now. Wynn will kick the ball to the left a little bit. Up and to the left. And he's 31 feet away from birdie, which would give him sole possession of second should he get it. But he does not get it. He's got that for par. A very good day today for Tway. 7 under, which is a par 71, so that was a 64 he shoots today.
Welcome to TPC Summerlin and the Vegas Winter Classic. Please welcome to the first tee from the United States, Calvin Pease.
The tee shot for Pete finds the fairway. Birdied this hole 2 out of the first 3 rounds. It's got 115 yards.
Please welcome to the first tee from the United States, Horton Smith.
Wynn should give the ball a little boost here. And he almost outdrives Pete on the fly. He has 110 yards off his 5-wood. The approach for Pete's going to be short. 6 yards from the fairway. Might putt it from there. Oh, this is going right. And it finds the bunker. So Horton Smith already on the ropes. As we told you he might be. Shot a 60 yesterday, 12 birdies. And that's got to spin back a little bit. Nicely done from there. He's got 4.5 feet for par. Can Calvin Pete birdie here? He cannot. And here's Smith. He gets his par. Stays in the lead. He's still leading by 4 as the leaders head to the second. Let's see how some of the others are doing. Johnny Golden. He's on the second hole now, even so far on the day. .141 yards out. Here's his approach. 2,700 feet of elevation is Vegas. He's got a little over a 6-footer for birdie. He gets it. So Johnny Golden now, a 4-way tie for second. He's at 17 under. Course is averaging 1.64 under par right now for everybody. We go over to Francis Ouimet on the par 5 16th. His tee shot is in the fairway. He's got 247 to go, and he's got to go over water. Could be trouble. No, not at all. A good chance at eagle here. He's only 7 feet out. And Ouimet flies like an eagle. He's got it. He's at 19 under. I believe that's the first eagle we have had for you on the Omnibus Golf Tour. Calvin Pete on the second. He's safely on the fairway, 204 yards out. Horton Smith's tee shot. Coasting with that right fringe, but he's on. He'll have 148 yards. He took a more straight line. Second shot for Calvin Pete. 44 feet away from birdie. And Horton Smith. Oh, that's a good one. 9 feet from birdie to move to 22 under. Here's Pete with a long putt. Got it close, which is all you could ask for from there. Likely 2-putt. Smith on the mark with the birdie. He's at 22 under. Now he's up 3. And Pete makes his par. He stays at 17 under. So on we go. Moving through the tournament. No more golfers teeing off, of course. Over to Johnny Golden on the third. Oh, that big desert area in the middle. They've had some good courses. They have some good courses in Vegas. They have Shadow Creek, which I also have on Action PC, and of course they have the old Las Vegas Country Club. If you ever see the movie Casino, that's where Sam Rothstein's character is. Here's Golden for birdie, and they used that for the PGA tournaments for many years. Golden for par, yes. So he's at 17 under still. As we move through and we see what the top 5 are doing, Hale Irwin here, that's going to be flirting with the trees. He's 133 yards out, but he might encounter some trees there. Nope, that's going to be safely on the green. As my phone rings, but I was smart enough to put it on the buzzer. 28 feet for a birdie. He's going to miss, but of course you're going to miss there most of the time. And Irwin for par. Gets it. He's at 17 under. Perry now has moved to 16 under. He had a long birdie putt on 3, so we'll probably be picking him up. Here's Ian Woosnam, who we saw last week in Palm Springs at the Rancho Mirage course, the Thunderbird. 111 yards away. He's on the 11th. This looks like it's going to be good. If he gets a little backspin, it'll be better, but he just gets a little bit. And he's 15 feet away. He's with Tom Watson today. That is going to miss left. And his par putt is good. So Woosnam is at 17 under. Watson has played a lot of tournaments. And with over 1,000 golfers and only 150 are going to play most of the time in a given week, he has played a few. He is at 12 under. For those of you who follows the major winner from Kansas City, Francis Ouimet, teeing off on the 17th, and that's a nice shot. That's going to give him 20 feet for birdie. Used a 7-iron. We give all of our golfers the modern golf equipment so they can hit it far. Probably a lot farther than the equipment that Ouimet had over a century ago. Ouimet has parred the 17th to stay at 19 under. He is in second all by himself. Horton Smith, your leader, on the par 4 third. He's got 186 yards out. Pete is also safely on. As we have been saying, this is the unusually shaped third hole with that big patch of desert snaking through the middle of it. And Pete has 7 yards from the fairway for a birdie. We can chip that baby in. Smith's going to miss this. And let's see. It's in the desert, 30 yards out. So Smith in trouble again. He got out of trouble once already in this final round. See if he can do it again. That's going to only be 17 feet for par. That kind of left them wanting there, I would think. And here's the birdie putt for Calvin Pete. He's got that for par. He'll play through. He stays at 17 under in a 5-way tie for third. Big putt here for Horton, which he's going to miss, so he's going to lose a shot to par. And that should be it. And yes, a bogey for Horton Smith. The lead is now 2. Ouimet is on the 18th, and we will be picking up the action there in a moment. Here's Golden on the 4th. 4 shots back. 129 yards out. Not Ouimet, Golden. I have Francis Ouimet on the brain. That's his second shot. He's 17 feet away. He's on the fairway, though. Could get a good chip here. Oh, very close. Just a footer for par. He'll stay at 17 under. So he's 4 back. He's in that 5-way tie for third. So he'll pick up a lot of points. The top 150 in points will play in the championship near the end of the year on the famous Holes golf course. Irwin hit that short. He must have misjudged the wind, which is northwest at 6 miles per hour still. He's got 38 yards on his second. It's a par 3. Nice recovery there, and he'll have that for par. 5 feet out. Nice recovery. He stays at 17 under. We met, if he pars the 18th, he'll have a 63 on the day. Not we met. There I go again. Wisdom. Push that to the right. He's got 178 yards, almost 177. Could not find the green there, or maybe he could have. It's going to be close. They say he's on the green, but he's 50 feet out for birdie. He has parred this hole every time in the first 3 rounds. It's going to be close. Can it sneak in? Yes! Woosnam is now in 3rd place all by himself with at 18 under. 50-foot putt. And I don't think we've had any of those yet on the Omnibus Golf Tour. Now here's Rumet, as we were telling you. A birdie here would be nice. He's in good position. He's 129 yards out. Cutting this real thin. Not a lot of backspin. He is about 14 feet away for birdie, which he's going to miss, so he's going to have a 63 here for the day. Jock Hutchinson way back. And we met. Finishes at 19 under. And he has to hope that Horton Smith can continue to misfire here. Back to the leaders on the 4th hole. Calvin Peete. Just off the fairway. He's 158 yards almost out. Tee shot for Horton Smith. That's more straight and flirting with the left of the fairway. That might not be a good angle. He's 119 yards out, 120. Calvin Pete's approach shot. See if he can make up some ground. That's nicely done. 11-footer for birdie for him. Smith has to push it to the right a little bit to avoid the tree. He'll have a long birdie putt at 64 feet. And you'll see that now. A very makeable par putt. Peete will miss his birdie try. He will play through and stay at 17 under with a par. I've seen a few go out, and just as I was saying that, Horton Smith has lost another shot to par. I've seen a miss from there, I was going to say, and Horton Smith is now down to 20 under. So we met is only trailing by 1 now. Smith is +1 on the day. Johnny Golden on the par 3 5th. That is off the green. He's 22 yards out. Nicely done. He'll have that for par. He's a 4-footer away. Golden with a par. He's now just 3 back. So Woosman's 2 back, and we have a whole bunch at 3 back. And again, Irwin off the tee. Not good. Hale Irwin is in the desert in terms of the hole. He's just going to have to put this back on the fairway. Not going to try a direct shot at the hole. About 70 yards out. And that's going to have to backspin, and it does have backspin. He'll have that for par. And he is 10 feet out. For par. It's good. Hale Irwin with a nice recovery. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still a 5-way tie at 17. Horton Smith now at minus 20. Ouimet has already played his round. He had shot a 63. He's one back. Woosman on the par 5, 603 yard 13. He has double bogeyed this hole twice in the first 3 rounds. Can he get it on the green? No, he cannot. Gonna flirt with the trees. He's 48 yards out. We'll need a nice shot here. He's gonna get the little bit of a boost from the tiered green. He's now 18 feet away. We just showed you him making a shot from 50. Close, but no cigar for Woosnam. And he is going to stay at 18 under. He's 2 back. Back over to the leaders. They are now on the par 3 5th hole. Pete is safely on, 29 feet away. Horton going right for the flag, but overshoots it a little bit. He's 23 feet out. Here's Pete. Looking like another par, perhaps. Horton Smith trying to get that stroke back, and looks more likely he will hit a par, which he does. Now Pete here to say it's 17 under. This will be a tester, 5 feet out. Gets it. And we now have a 6-way tie at minus 17. Extended coverage of the 4th round. Kenny Perry has now moved up to minus 17, so we're picking him up on the 6th. 2 under for the day, 17 under for the championship. He's with Johnny Golden, so we're going to see both of them here. Almost identical shots off the tee. Perry's going to miss this left. Could be in the rough. He is. He's 18 yards out. Johnny Golden going to be short. But on the fairway, he's 10 yards out. Perry. Little work to do for par. About 8 feet. And here's Golden. Oh, and that did not go according to plan. That only went 6.5 yards. He's 10 feet for par. So we could see them both lose strokes here. And you see Golden with a little too much juice on that one. He's going to bogey. And Perry did not learn anything from the putt of Golden's. So they will both bogey here, it looks like. Indeed, that is what has happened, and they are both going to fall back out of contention a little bit at 16 under. Remember, we're following the top 5, so anybody in the top 5 we pick up. Hale Irwin. This tee shot is good. He had trouble on the 5th and the 6th. He has birdied this hole every round. And a birdie here would move him within 2 of Horton Smith. Ooh, backspin here would be nice, and he gets a little backspin. He's got 14 feet for birdie. And he's been consistent. He has birdied this hole all 4 rounds. Hale Irwin to minus 18. So he is in a 2-way tie with Woosnam at 18 under, 2 back. Horton Smith must be hearing the footsteps. Here's Woosman's par 3, 14th tee shot. 18 feet for birdie. Misses to the right. Gets par. Woosnam has just 4 holes left after he's through 14. -5 on the day and -18 for the championship. Bill Glasson has moved up. He is 5 under for the day and has moved to 17 under. He has birdied this hole all 3 rounds. And his tee shot 288 yards, 240 to the from the fairway on his approach. Should birdie this hole with a good putt. Bill Glasson, 83 feet away, so he can make a good lag putt here. He will be in business. Got a curve to the left a little bit. And that is nicely done from there. He will be 4 feet out. Oh, and a little too much oomph there. A little case of the yips, maybe, on the putter, and that is a par for Glasson. And that was one that got away from him. My wallpaper is the Polo Grounds, by the way, so if you're seeing bits and pieces of that, like it's a jigsaw puzzle. Pete on the 6th. 3 back behind Horton Smith, his playing partner. He's got 134 yards from there. Nice shot for Smith. He is on the fairway very nicely, and he's got 144 yards left. And the approach there, 23.5 feet out. Can Pete get it closer? Looking like he might. Just by a bit, maybe. He is 23.2 feet for birdie. Smith trying the birdie here, but not the case. So this remains a wide open question as to who's going to win this Vegas Winter Classic. Pete misses his birdie. So they're both going to par here in all likelihood. And they will stay where they are. Horton Smith leading by 1 over Francis Ouimet, who has played his round. Hale Irwin on the 8th. Long par 3, 246 yards. He has parred this hole in the first 3 rounds each time. Lagging here from distance. Looks good, but it just curves to the left a little bit and slows down. This is a 2-footer for par, which he gets. Hale Irwin, -18. So we hope you are well from wherever you are in the sports gaming community. Woosnam right on line here with this drivable par 4 out of 15. Just off the green, about 29 feet away. And that was a nice second shot there. If it had fallen, it would have given him a tie. But he's going to be 1 back with a birdie. So he moves to -19. He has 3 more holes to go. And over to Bill Melhorn, who is back to -17, -5 on the day. Birdied this hole in the second round, but he has parred in the first and the third. Here's where the trouble lies. The approach shot over water, 250 yards out. Thinking he's got to go for it here. And he has 26.5 yards almost. He'll putt it off the fringe. Perhaps a disappointing putt there. 6 feet for birdie. He gets it. And he's at 18 under. So a two-way tie, two back with Hale Irwin. Want to wish everybody well going to the Digicon event in Connecticut in a couple of weeks. Maybe next year I will get to go to that. And Horton Smith there, the leader, teeing off on the 7th. He's got 101 more yards. And we're just following him now with Calvin Pete. Now falling back a little ways. His approach shot wasn't great. He's got 9 yards. Somebody should ask Dave Koch if he wants to continue doing Action PC Golf, because it's a great game and I love playing it, even though it hasn't been updated in a while. 6-footer for par for Horton Smith. So he is now tied. He has now fallen back to a tie for the lead with Ian Woosnam and Francis Ouimet. 2 over on the day. And has fallen back to 19 under. So we got a little horse race now. This is the par 5 9th. Irwin now 1 back. And hopefully somebody will tell Hale that he's in contention. And this is a horse race now. We started the day with Horton Smith with I think it was a 4-shot lead. Irwin on the green. This for Eagle. Would give him the lead if he gets it. Oh, just so close, but Irwin's going to tie for the lead with a birdie on 9. We have a 4-way tie now at -19. Kind of told you at the start of this that sometimes you see a big lead in golf, and that's a lot of pressure on the leader. And this is the second shot for Woosnam. Going to be close. Oh, very nice. He's got 8 feet for Eagle. Too strong with the Eagle putt. He's got to be feeling that adrenaline. And Woosnam with the birdie now has sole possession of the lead at 20 under. He's 7 under for the day. And over to Bill Melhorn. He's just 2 back. Just makes it on the green. A ways to go here, 84 feet. 6 under on the day. Bogeyed this hole in the second round. And this is going to miss by a ways. 4.5-footer for par. He gets it. So he's at 18 under. So Woosnam, now your leader. So we go back to Calvin Pete, who birdied the 7th hole, which we missed because he had fallen out of contention. But with the birdie, we pick him up again because he's in the top 5. He's in the sand on his tee shot. And Horton Smith's got 40 feet to go, 39 feet. Oh, that was a little too much power from Pete. He's got that for par. He's going to be 18 feet. What the golf course giveth, the golf course taketh away. Smith's likely going to par. But we'll watch this Pete putt, which he gets. Nice recovery. He stays at 18 under. We got Walter Hagen moving up. We got a 5-way tie at 18 under, a 3-way tie at 19 under, and Horton will par the 8th. Got to be a disappointing day for him so far, but we still have a lot of golf to be played. The leaders are not on the back nine yet. Well, those who came in leading. Irwin starting the back nine, a par 4 426-yarder. He's at 19 under. He's one back. He has parred this hole the first 3 rounds. Chipping on his third shot. Little work to do for par from 5.5 feet to stay one back. Gets it. He's at 19 under. Over to Walter Hagen, who we now pick up.
Hang on.
A little too much drive there. He birdied this in the 3rd round. Got a difficult second shot right by a tree, so he has to push this over left. Be a challenge to get up and down from there, 35 yards out. And Hagen's got that for par, 8-footer. Not a gimme. And you see what happened. That's a bogey for Hagen. That's going to move him back to 17 under, a tie for 10th with Bob Tway and Neil Lancaster. Dr. Gil Morgan on the par 5 16. He has moved to 18 under. He has at least birdied this hole. The first 3 rounds, he eagled it in the second. Approach shot. Oh, that's trouble. But not as much trouble as I thought. He's on the cart path, so that's going to roll a little bit. 26 yards. And he didn't get it on the green there on his 3rd. Could still par the hole. He's 8 yards away now. He's going to putt from there. No. So that is a par. That'll be his lowest score of the tournament on this hole. Stays at 18 under. He's only 2 back, though. But that hole left him wanting. Over to Wisdom, your leader. He has parred this hole. Will likely par it here. 79 feet to go for birdie. And he did well, although that did hook to the left a little bit. 4-footer for par, gets it. So he stays in the lead, going to 18. Tommy Armour eagled the 16th. He is at 15 under. 62-foot, no, I beg your pardon, he had a 37-foot putt on the 16th. David Edwards made a 62-foot on 15, but he's a ways away yet. Melhorn on the 18th, -6 for the day. A nice tee shot. His approach is going to be a little too far. And let's see, that's probably going to be about 50 feet out. Nope, 62 feet out. Birdie putt. Hooking to the right a little bit. It's going to be close. And he's probably got a foot here. Less than a foot. A par. So he stays at 18 under. Probably won't be a winning score, but he'll pick up a lot of cup points here. Over to Calvin Pete again. He is -1 on the day. And he has consistently been in the top 5 today. He has birdied this hole on the 2nd and the 3rd rounds. Horton Smith teeing off. He has at least birdied in the first 3 rounds. Hit an eagle on the 2nd on this hole. Got a ways away. He's in the rough. He'll go first because he was away. And he's just laying up. He's not going to try something crazy and go for the green here. He's 109 yards away. Pete's going to do likewise. Go forth and do likewise, as they say in as Alec Baldwin said in Glengarry Glen Ross. He's 100 yards out. Calvin Pete, not Alec Baldwin. And Horton's third shot overshoots the green, and he still has 11 yards, about 34 feet when you multiply by 3. Pete, backspin here. A little too much backspin. That's going to put him about 15 away. He'll be 13 feet away. Horton Smith chipping on his fourth. Should get a par out of that. 2.5 feet to go. Here's the birdie try for Pete, and he's on it. Calvin Pete. Has moved to 19 under. He's one back. And Horton pars, so these two are tied. Pete was trailing by 4 coming into the 4th round, so everybody's on the back 9 now. Hale Irwin on the 11th. His tee shot. Pretty good. 125 yards, 126. Long birdie putt here for Hale Irwin. One behind Woosnam. And you see the birdie putt miss. From about 3 feet away, he gets his par. He's at 19 under. We have a 5-way tie, 1 stroke back between Horton Smith, Calvin Pete. Kenny Perry has charged back nicely, so we should be picking him up in a little bit. Francis Ouimet has finished his day at 19 under. And if we have a playoff, we will replay the 18th hole. Then we will go through the holes 1 through 18. And that's the tee shot for Woozy, who birdied this hole in the 2nd round. He's got 145 yards on his approach. Going right at the pin, but a little over. If it spins back a little bit, he should be in good shape. I'd say that's about 12 feet away for birdie. Gets this, he goes to 21 under. It'll be 2 clear of everybody. Doesn't get it. And Ian Woosnam finishes the day at 20 under. Only golf to be played still. We go back to Calvin Pete. He and Horton Smith on the 10th. Safely on. He'll have 137 yards from there. And Smith, looking like he will be safely on, unless the gust of wind picked that ball up. He's 144 yards out. He will have the honor. That's going to be short. Might catch the bunker. It does. And he has 25 yards. But he'll be starting from the sand. Might have to blast that out of there. Calvin Pete also misses the green. He's got 10 yards to go. Good blast there for Horton Smith. That's going to be close enough. Give him a reasonable chance at par. He's got an 11-footer. Pete. That could have been better, but he's got 6 feet. So Horton Smith here, try to stay just 1 back. He's not going to stay 1 back as he misses to the left, and that's going to be a bogey. 3 over on the day, and now he is out of the lead by 2 behind Woozy at 20 under. Pete to stay 1 back. He does. Nice recovery for Pete. Woosnam 7 under today to move to 20 under for the championship. And Perry finds the rough. 122 yards to go. Let's see what he does here. It's on line. That approach shot was nice. And he's got 9 feet to go for birdie. To tie for the lead. No. But a par for Perry. He still has 7 holes to play. He stays at 19 under. As we continue to toggle through these leaders. Hale Irwin on the 12th. .147 yards, his approach shot. Avoided some early disasters, and that's a very nice approach. Hale Irwin, 3 feet from time for the lead. And of course he's going to get that. So we have a tie for the lead, Irwin and Woosnam. Irwin can improve his score. Woosnam cannot because he has finished for today. And here's Pete, and that shot's going left. Off the tee on the par 4 11th. 144 yards out. See what he does here on the approach. Right on line, but over. 9 yards away. 27 feet. His chip shot is very good. You have that for par. Seemingly makeable. Gets it. So he is at minus 19. 1 behind. So it's Pete, Perry, and Ouimet. 1 back. Pete and Perry can improve their scores. Kenny Perry on the par 4 12th, and that's going right. That's going to be a tough shot. 160 yards out over water. Clears the water. And let's see, that is about 19 feet away. Will he chip or will he putt? He will putt. This to tie. No. So close yet so far. And Kenny Perry, though, stays within 1 with the par, but he's running out of daylight with 6 holes to play. Shoot has moved to minus 17 with 3 consecutive birdies. And that's a nice drive off the tee for Hale Irwin. It's very lengthy, par 5, 603 yards. Will he get there in 2? It looks like it, and he's going to catch that ridge. He's got about 23 feet out of the rough. And that's on line. That would be an eagle if it goes in. But still, he's going to be sole possession of the lead right here. A 3.5 footer for birdie. Hale Irwin, your new leader, all by himself at minus 21. Pete on the 12th. He's now 2 behind. A little inside baseball for you all. I am recording this from my friend's house in Leesburg on April 25th. Doing it this way because I'm probably going, at some point in the week you're seeing this, going to be getting Action PC football. And Pete has birdied the 12th hole. He's now just 1 back. Getting Action PC football. It's going to come with the 1970 season, the improved 1970 season. And instead of what I was going to use, the old Action PC 1970 season, we will be using that. And I'll have to set that up a little bit. So I'm just putting these 2 videos up. We're going to do videos Monday through Friday. Probably talk a little bit to you on the Saturdays. Here's Perry on the 13th. It's going to be short. No, it's not going to be short. It's right on line. And very close to the hole. And we have been saying that Perry cannot get to the lead. He's got that for eagle, and if he gets it, it'll be a tie for the lead. Can it hook right a little bit? No! But he has that for birdie. He will only stay one behind. Kenny Perry staying in contention. One behind. Hale Irwin and Calvin Pete is now just one behind. Chick Evans has fallen back a little bit. He four-putted on 18. Not a great finish. This is Neil Lancaster, who we're seeing for the first time today. He's at 19 under, 2 back, 4 under for the round. He's with Hale Irwin, who's going to get that on the green. A good lag will give him a par. And he's just playing not to lose strokes at this point with a one-shot lead. And Irwin is close. And if you win one of these early tournaments, you're going to be playing in the majors and the Players' Championships. You automatically get into those tournaments. Lancaster, this for par. Neil Lancaster, we barely knew ye. That's going to be a bogey. He'll fall back to 18 under, and 18 under right now is a four-way tie for 6th. Irwin for par, yes. So he's at 21 under through 14. Horton Smith continues to fall back. He has bogeyed the 12th. He's at 17 under. Very unfortunate day for Mr. Smith. This is Pete on the par 5. You hear the rain picking up a little bit in Vegas. He's 315 away. Don't think he'll go for it in 2 here. I think he's just going to lay up short. No, he was trying to go for it, and he found the bunker. Good shot out of the bunker here might get him a birdie. He birdied this hole in the first round. Well, that's right on line. It just misses. And it goes by the hole by a ways. He's got 8 feet for birdie. And we have a tie for the lead, as Calvin Pete has made that. 21 under par. Pete and Irwin. Kenny Perry. Looking like a par on this hole for Perry. Try and say that real fast a bunch of times. 38 feet for birdie. Birdied this hole in the second and the third rounds. Oh, that is not a good putt. That's going to be way off. 10-footer for par. He's going to miss that. He's going to fall behind a little bit more. And Perry falls to 19 under. That's 2 behind. We will still be following him because right now he's in a tie for 4th. Hale Irwin on the drivable par 4. It's going to be in the rough. But he's only 23 yards out. About 69 feet. Not the best of chips. About 11 feet to go. Can that turn back a little bit? Yes, it can. It's a birdie for Hale Irwin. And he is now again in sole possession of the lead at minus 22, 7 under on the day. Horton Smith, we were telling you earlier, fell to 17 under. He birdied the 13th, so he is back to 18 under. But he's plus 3 on the day. This is the 14th for Calvin Pete, so we're down to the last 5 holes. Or less for everybody. This is Pete for birdie. Try to tie again with Hale Irwin, but that's not going to be the case, at least on this hole. And for par, yes. So Calvin Pete just 1 back. He is 4 under for the day. Over to Kenny Perry. And his tee shot on the 15th is not good. That is OB. So that's a penalty stroke. He will tee off again, but this is his 3rd. And that might be trouble. Stays in the field to play. He's 47 yards out. on his fourth shot, which is nice. Not going to find the hole, though. So he's looking at bogey at the very least. 4.5 feet. Gets it. So he bogeys. He's now back at 18 under, so he will fall out of our range. As we've been following the top 5, giving you extended coverage of this final round from Las Vegas. Hale Irwin on the 16th. He birdied this in the 3rd round. He is up 1. Neil Lancaster, who has stayed in the top 5. His tee shot there on the par 5 16. Irwin's going to get there in 2. That'll give him a good chance at a birdie. Try to pad his lead. Lancaster going for a more direct approach, and he is in the rough. He is, let me see, 16 times 3 is 48. You add 2 because it's 0.8. He's about 50 feet away. Irwin for eagle. If he gets it, he's 3 ahead. He's 58th ranked in the world right now in the early tournaments, as we're only in January, and our season goes in a calendar year fashion. Nice chip there from Lancaster. He has that for birdie. Here's Irwin's birdie try. Yes, he's now up 2. Lancaster to stay within 3. Yes. So he is now in 3rd place, tied with Ian Woosnam. Of course, now playing 2.18 under par when you average everybody on, currently on, and everybody who has played. This is Hagen's tee shot on the 17th. Don't think he will win, but a birdie finish here might improve his chances of picking up points. He's not going to birdie the 17th. He will par and stay within 4. He's in a tie for 5th. Calvin Peete on the drivable par 4 15th. That's going to find the bunker, I think. No. Didn't find the big bunker, but it found the little bunker. He is 21 yards out. Nice chip. Oh, did you see that left turn that it made? Oh! It's got half a foot for birdie. Nicely done for Calvin Peete. He is now just 1 back. And Irwin and Peete are 2 clear of everybody. Irwin is 3 clear of everybody but Peete. And we'll go over to the leader, Hale Irwin, on the par 3 17th, and he is in trouble. 47 yards out for his second shot, and he's going to have bushes in his path. Lancaster finds the bunker, and he is about 20.5 yards out. Good lie for Irwin, we're being told, and that's a very nice recovery. He'll par that, we would think. Here's Lancaster's chip from the rough. And that is also a very nice approach. He's 4 feet out. Okay, here's Irwin. Gets his par. 8 under for today. 23 under with a hole to go. And Neil Lancaster has par. He will stay tied for third. Walter Hagen teeing off on the 18th. Gonna need a miracle here. 128 yards out. Overshoots the green. Overshoots the pin. Finds the green, but he's got about 46 feet. For birdie. To get to 20 under. We'll be in Torrey Pines in our next broadcast. points event. We're going to see a lot more big-time players. Hagen pars the 18th. He finishes at 19 under. Right now, that is 4 back. Over to Hale Irwin. No, I'm sorry. This is going to be Calvin Pete. We're going to go to first on the par 5 16th. Needs a birdie, but he has birdied this hole on his first 3 efforts. Following Horton Smith, who has now moved back to 19 under. But he's really going to need an eagle here to have any chance. Pete's going to go for it in 2, and he just clears the water. He's got that for eagle, friends. He's 6 feet away. Eagles, he takes the lead. Smith had to go for it. Not a bad approach, but he's 40 feet out. We'll see his eagle try. And he's got that for birdie. And here's Pete. Oh, a little too much juice. 3 feet away. He will be tied with Calvin. I beg your pardon, folks. That was Horton Smith's putt, which he birdied. He's now at 20 under. 3-way tie for third. That is Calvin Pete's putt for birdie. We have a tie for the lead. He will be on 17 when we're about to see Hale Irwin on 18. Remember, if we have a playoff, we go to the 18th, and then we will play through the course 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through if we're still tied. That's the Omnibus Golf Tour procedure, but when we have majors and we have the Players' Championship, we will use their procedure, playoff procedure. Like the Players' Championship, if we have a tie, there'll be a 3-hole playoff. Go to the Masters, it will just be rotating through 18 and 10. So Lancaster in the rough just a little bit. Here's the approach for Hale Irwin. And that's going to leave a little work to do. He is going to be 66, about 67 feet out. But he's in the rough. Lancaster, his approach. He's at 20 under, 5 under today. He's got an up and down for par. But the story right now is Hale Irwin. This is the birdie try from about 90 feet out for Lancaster. And he'll have work to do to get a par out of that. Irwin, a very important chip. That's going to be close. Did he get it? Oh, yes, he did. Hale Irwin chips in. Let's see that again. Perhaps the shot of the tournament there. Well, you're not going to see it go in the hole. Well, maybe you can. He chips in on the 18th hole. The stuff dreams are made of. And Hale Irwin is back in the lead by 1. Unbelievable. Lancaster pars the 18th. He stays at 20 under. So what a shot there from Hale Irwin from 22 yards away in the rough. And he has made birdie, and that's going to put all the pressure on Calvin Pete to make something happen here in the last 2 holes. This is the 17th, par 3. It's online. But that's going to be a ways away. He's got 38 for birdie. And we'll follow Horton Smith here because he has moved back in the top 5. He is now just back to being only 1 over for today. He's got 69 yards, 69 feet. Again, feet, yards. There is a difference. And Horton Smith will be about 5 feet away for par. Big putt here for Calvin Pete. Can he rise to the challenge of Hale Irwin? And he's got about 4 or 5 feet. Horton Smith is in for par. Calvin Pete is in for par. So it comes down to the last hole. It's Perry and Golden play their last holes. Pete needs a birdie. Otherwise, Hale Irwin will be your tournament winner. He's in good position. Pete is after the tee shot. He's 148 yards out. We'll follow Horton Smith here. And that's going to pass Pete's tee shot on the fly. So glad to be with you on this climactic 18th hole. Here's Pete. He's got to get it close. And you wonder if that'll be close enough. He is 24 feet away. We'll follow Horton Smith here. And just barely on the green. 33 feet. Might chip it from there. But he's going to putt. Birdie, I think, would give him sole possession in a second. Here's the putt. Pete, he's got to get this. It's on line. But he misses. Hale Irwin has won the Vegas Winter Classic. And everybody will finish up here. Here's Horton Smith's shot. He will be in a tie for third, and Pete will have second all to himself, even if he had bogeyed that. So Hale Irwin is your winner. 24 under par. With that miraculous chip, which I hope you saw. If you didn't see it, back up a couple of minutes. If you're seeing when you're seeing this on YouTube. He wins in dramatic fashion, but in his playing career, I think he won a couple of U.S. Opens doing that. I know he had a chip in one of the late '80s U.S. Opens, and I think was it Fuzzy Zeller or Greg Norman that waved the flag. So I hope you enjoyed the tournament, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back. And we do the Omnibus Golf Tour. Again, we will be in Torrey Pines for the San Diego event. And we will join you then. We'll probably be doing some Action PC Football 2025 style. Next on the Big Paulie's World of Sports Sim channel. Get it right, Paulie. And this has been Big Paulie coming to you, saying Godspeed, God bless. We will do it all again soon. Bye-bye for now, everybody.